was the end of the summer 2005 on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. I had just turned 19 and I had just started my sophomore year of college when my life was completely changed. Hurricane Katrina came through and completely devastated my small city of Waveland, Mississippi. My family, my extended family, my friends, my community, we all lost so much. And that devastation was everywhere. Homes missing, people's belongings completely washed away. Yet it was in that time I saw Jesus in action. You see, it was my responsibility every day to go out and get food for my family. So I would get into a borrowed truck and drive to a parking lot of a washed out shopping center where the food lines were. And every day I would be greeted by Christians who ran the food lines, but Christians who took seriously Jesus' example and call to serve other people. Now, I was never ashamed to stand in a food line, but I was very humbled. I was humbled because of these people's extreme love for Jesus and their love for my community, that they would give up their time, their money to come to my hometown and to serve me. Now, Jesus says in Matthew chapter 6 that when you do good deeds for people, you're to do them quietly. You're to do them in secret. You're not to draw attention to yourself. But it is implied in that verse that you are to do good deeds for people. And Jesus in John 13 models this idea by getting down on his hands and knees and washing the feet of the disciples. Something that you and I would consider pretty gross. But Jesus served people. And in Matthew 25, Jesus will one day separate the people who follow him from the people who think they follow him based on this question: what have you done for other people in my name? Jesus expects that we serve people. He models that for us and will eventually ask us about what we have done for other people in the name of God. Now, behind me is a church, and in the church it houses an organization made up of multiple churches and even some businesses, and it's called Manna Meals. And every Saturday, the volunteers of Manna Meals gather to feed the people of their community. And it ranges from sandwiches to barbecue chicken, but they desire to make the atmosphere welcoming to the people of their community, to make it feel like a home-cooked meal. So I wanted to ask the volunteers of Manna Meals why they do what they do, and how has their service impacted their walk with Jesus.
Well, we have a free meal that's open to the public. We don't have any criteria. Anyone that walks through the doors can get a meal. We have a wide variety of people, from people that really need a meal to elderly that don't cook much anymore. We have a group that comes up from the nursing home because they like the fellowship, and they say the food's better up here than it is at the nursing home. And then we have several people that come that live alone that like the fellowship and like to come and eat with someone. So we just open the doors and we serve them. Today is a little bit different because we're using up some paper products, but we usually serve them on real plates, real silverware, glasses. They sit down like they would at a restaurant, and we serve them. About 150 is an average, but the fourth Saturday we also have a clothing bank that's open, and on that Saturday we will serve close to 300. We enjoy doing it. I tell people I feel guilty when I go home because I feel so good from having been here. So anyway, it blesses us too.
These are all mostly bagels here. Look how luscious. These here are most people's favorite. They got quite a bit of sugar and cinnamon. I like doing it because it helps people. Our economy is very bad, and all of us that really serve here, we know it because the people that come in, most of them are doing the best they can, but even one meal a week helps them.
So many people get to the point where they've gone through as youth through confirmation, or they do a profession of faith as they become, as they're adults, and decide, oh, we got to get back to church. And when that happens, they tend to stop. And that they think, have now got it made, and their growth in the church stops. And so that then you have to say, well, does it really? So we're given the directions that it's a continuing process. It's not a destination. And so every week is a new experience. Every effort you learn something, and if you're not growing, you may well be dying.
Now, discipleship looks different from person to person, but we are all called to serve. So how are you growing in this area of service as you grow in your walk with Christ? I know I'm asking myself that same question.